Hi guys, I just wanted to share some insights that I had on Taurus this morning. It's a bit late; it's nearly the witching hour actually. Anyway, I just thought I'd share them before I went to bed. There's probably nobody out there watching, but anyway, if you are, yeah. So basically, um, I've been working on this book in the relationship to the zodiac signs um, in relationship to coaching, life coaching. And so this morning I was working with Venus, and Venus rules these two zodiac signs. One of them is Taurus, and the other one is the scales. So yeah, I've been going into a meditation with them and picking up these connections and insights that they have. And what I've been coming to in relationship to them um, is quite profound, actually. So, but I go into it quite deeply. So, this is one of my paintings that I did from last year. Uh, it's that kind of it's a picture from a bison. It's that kind of really powerful wild cow energy. Uh, yeah, it's quite a interesting expression, and this is the one that I done this year in relationship to totally different energy. When you start to get into the cow archetype, it's amazing when you notice them and really appreciate them, like they do in India. Um, Treat them as a kind of sacred animal. When you start to look at the energy in them in relationship to Taurus, the insights are really profound. And one of the insights is the forward backward balance of the animal, which is it takes the grass in and then leaves the the grass behind, like it nurtures the earth at the same time. So it takes it and processes it and leaves it behind and produces, quite often as a case is milk, also in its body. Uh, and one of the insights I was the quality of it is in relationship to coaching is the forward backward balance. So it's amazing when you start to look at it, how you can see that you know how in your life, if you really take on um, if you really take on a consciousness of what's coming from your past and what you're bringing into the future, and really kind of you're in that middle place between consciousness, between these two things. You can choose what you want to take from your past and work into the future. And quite often, um, we take on some, we've got some really negative stories from our past that affect our future. And the thing is to like transform these stories. So you end up with a story that's really helpful for your future instead of one that's really um, damn right destructive. So today I've been working a lot. Well, the last week I've been working a lot with my biography chart, which is, I don't have it with me, it's next door. But it's just basically a U chart that I've been doing. I'll do a wee course on how to make one up, because this is a second one I've done. It's a great, really helpful thing to do because it really grounds you in your past and how to kind of is bringing an awareness of how to use your stories to empower you instead of disempowering you. And that's one of these things. The other thing is that's amazing about this insight with Taurus is this relationship with life and death. So it's basically about one of the things is with this past future balance. One of the things that's profound about it is the relationship between the what you're actually what you're actually wanting and what you're not wanting, and that has a lot to do with. See, it's at that time of year as well, you know, where that really this growth force is really powering up in the year cycle. And what you want to do is really embody these beliefs that empower you to have a good life. That's it's probably when you get into it in this way, using these images, I think it can really make a difference. It's a really kind of powerful way of doing it. But what I was saying about the life and death process is that you can only take on so much, so you have to let certain things die. So it's that process of being able to feel in this kind of almost like a kind of cow consciousness. There's a very dreamy, open, really open consciousness. Its horns are really kind of open to the cosmos, and it has that kind of quality of being able to listen to that cosmic force, and in that way it can really intuit correctly from this archetypal truth. And what you can do, what I've been realizing is you can actually embody a lot of these characteristics and use them. It's quite profound when you get into it. But so it is basically connected to right judgment. This Venus quality, it's got these two signs. It's got the forward-backward balance with Taurus, and it's also got the kind of the side-to-side balance with with the scales, which is a whole other conversation for another video. But in some ways you can't really take them separately. They're kind of like two sides of the same process in a way. They're so interrelated and that's how it. The only problem is you if you try to take it all at once, and you end up, of course, confused and not knowing which direction to move in. But with this one, it really is clear. It's this clarity and clarity and right momentum through right judgment. Being able to make quick judgments through using your intuition and practicing that and finding out how finding out, working with the forces that are behind from Aries as well. So bringing that through into that kind of more solid quality of the cow archetype. Yeah. So that was what I wanted to share. Was that the main insight is this quality of right judgment in the deed. I think that's it there. And when you start to use this imagery, I find it incredibly helpful. I'm sure others will as well. That's why I'm sharing it. Yeah, so that's all I really want to talk about just now. So I'll see you later. Bye. Thanks for listening.